Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, together to discuss about the transfer market. Today, guys, I wanted to clarify something on Manchester United. What's going on? How is the strategy changing for the new striker? What's the point of the situation right now? Let's jump into it together. And so guys, today I wanted to touch on the striker situation for Manchester United. We know this is a priority for Erik ten Hag. Manchester United are working on Mason Mount as new centre-back, as new midfielder. They are also working on a new centre-back, and the idea was to go for Kim Min-jae. Advanced talks on the player side, but it was never a done deal. I always told you, we had many rumors of a done deal, but the reality it was never done. They had contacts with the player, but never a done deal. If Man United want to change their story, they have to act now, this week, because then at the beginning of July the release clause will be available and Bayern are prepared to pay the clause, and they already have kind of agreement with Kim Min-jae, very advanced at the final stages. So Man United know that the Kim situation is getting dangerous. For Mason Mount, they will beat the game, as I told you many times, but for the striker, what's going on, guys? There are two crucial points. The first one is about the financial fair play. This is why Manchester United are not going to do crazy things in terms of budget for the striker. They want a new striker. They will sign a new striker, but they will not spend absolutely crazy money out of the market, out of the value for some players. But also another crucial point is about the ownership. The expectation was to be now at this point of June with new owners probably in charge of Manchester United, and so to attack super top targets for the new striker, but this is still not the case. So we have to wait and see what happens on that situation that remains ongoing in terms of process and conversation, but we have to wait and see how long it will take to change for Manchester United in terms of owners. And so, what's the point on the striker? For Harry Kane, guys, as I told you earlier this week, Manchester United are prepared to leave the race for Harry Kane because they feel Tottenham are not going to negotiate with them. They feel Tottenham are not changing their position. Now we are almost at the end of July, and Tottenham are still on the same point. They want to keep Kane, they want to offer him a new deal, and they don't want to negotiate, especially with English clubs. So for Man United, looks like a really, really complicated negotiation. Man United don't want to spend the whole summer negotiating for Kane, as for example Man City did 2 years ago, and then arriving in the final days of August with Tottenham still saying no. So the idea at Man United is out of the race for Kane. In case it changes, maybe on player side or on club side, Man United would be happy to return. But at the moment, nothing is going on for Harry Kane and Man United because of Tottenham. Also important to say one thing, and this about Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen remains a player really appreciated by Man United, especially by Erik ten Hag, but Man United will not spend 150 million euros. This is the value of the player according to Napoli. Then we know this is the beginning of the market. This could change later in the window, but Man United have no intention to spend 150 on Victor Osimhen. And on Osimhen, keep an eye on Paris Saint-Germain, because it's true that they like Harry Kane, but the reality is that the top target is Victor Osimhen for Paris Saint-Germain, depending on how much Napoli will ask for the Nigerian striker at the end. But as of today, the value is 150. Too much for Man United. Then, Kylian Mbappé. We had reports, but guys, with this ownership for Kylian Mbappé, there is no negotiation this summer, so the Glazers are not working on Kylian Mbappé. Then, in case the ownership will change, we have to wait and see. But as of today, no negotiations for Mbappé. Also important to say that they are currently not negotiating for Neymar. We had this rumor on Neymar, but at the moment, nothing is going on between Neymar and Man United, at least with this ownership again. But with this ownership, there is a player they really appreciate, and it's Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta. It's important to mention one point. Højlund has new agents, SEG agency, the same agency of Erik ten Hag. So we have many stories around this, but the reality is that it's not changing the point of Atalanta. Atalanta want big money for Rasmus Højlund. They started asking around 60 million euros. Now they want a bit more than this, closer to 70. And for Man United, this is considered too much. So they want a realistic price for a top talent like Højlund, but was not a regular starter at Atalanta. So they hope for a fair price. They will not pay crazy money. So let's see how that will evolve, but for sure Man United had contacts on the player side. They appreciate the player, and they know that in this case Højlund wants Manchester United. Rasmus Højlund really wants Man United move. So this is helping United, but let's see how the conversation will be with Atalanta. It's always tough to negotiate with them, but the player is on Man United side. And then Gonçalo Ramos. Gonçalo Ramos could be an opportunity because Benfica are negotiating for Tati Castellanos as new striker, so Gonçalo could be an opportunity on the market. Benfica could ask less than 120 million euros. The release clause of the player could be less than 100 million euros package, but for Man United, in this moment, they prefer to wait, look at other targets, and Gonçalo Ramos is one of the players that their scouting department was following very closely this year in October, in November, and in the following months. So let's see what happens, but this is the striker situation at Man United. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories around Man United. Let's see what kind of situation there will be for the striker, but there could be some surprise for sure, so we have to keep an eye on this one. Let me know your favorite striker for Man United project here in the comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio.